I know I give Brad Holmes a lot of flack about the lack of a proper pass rush. And yes, we're going to mention pass rush every video. I'm going to make sure I do it. But one thing I can say is this dude will look under every nook, cranny. He will search every crevice for people who fit this team. From Bruce Irvin to Tyson Alualu, it doesn't matter if you own a couch with multiple boxes of bonbons, he will pull you up. If you fit this team, no matter where you are, whatever crevice you're hiding in, he will find you. And I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I'm being real. I'm being genuine. I'm always genuine. Maybe with a sprinkle of jokes in there, but he will do that. And one thing I can say, as you can see, the Detroit Lions have made some roster moves. Now, coming from their Twitter account, they waived Lawrence Strickland. Don't worry, he will be back. Dan Campbell spoke very highly of him today at the press conference. We re-signed Kingsley and Chris Smith to the practice squad, so they cleared waivers. But here's something new, unexpected. The Lions signed another cornerback, Kendall Fuller. We brought in Trey Flowers 2 weeks ago, but we signed today Kendall Fuller to the practice squad. Now, don't quote me, but I believe this is the brother of Kyle Fuller, the former Chicago Bear cornerback. But he played for the Miami Dolphins last year, and he has no recorded stats for this year. We'll take a look at that in a second. This is a solid move. I'm not mad at this. And I've talked to the Miami Dolphins guys. They told me that his strong suit is man coverage. And we know that that's what the Detroit Lions play. Terrion Arnold, Avonte Maddox, both our cornerbacks are not expected to be back until after the bye week, along with Marcus Davenport. Clock has not been started yet. He's going to still be out for some time. Dan Campbell said it's pretty much looking like November, late November, early December for Marcus Davenport. No surprise there, right? But so we got a guy that fits what we try to do, which is man coverage. That's what we play. That's probably one of the reasons that we couldn't really do much. I'm assuming we play zone. I didn't really get a chance to look at the film. I was traveling all day yesterday. But this is a solid move. Like, I'm not upset at this move at all, because at this point in the season, you're going to need all the help you can get. Our cornerback room is depleted. And like I said, the Lions, you know what's funny is a lot of y'all think that we're going to trade for a cornerback. I think that it's more likely we trade for a cornerback than a pass rusher. But I'm starting to believe that Brad is like, you know what? I ain't trading for nobody. I'm not trading for nobody. Now, I will say this. Brad, only year he didn't make a move was 2021. He traded away TJ Hawkinson. I don't think we're going to be sellers this year. He bought Donovan Peoples-Jones in 2023. He bought Zadarius Smith in 2024. So if Brad does decide not to be a buyer or a seller at the trade deadline, this will be the first time since 2021, which was his rookie year, that he did not rookie year as a GM, that he decided that he didn't want to do anything at the trade deadline. Let's take a look at Kendall Fuller, his stats. He is 30 years old. Another thing, too, I think Trey Flowers is 30 years old. Avonte Maddox, 29, 30. Like, this is what we're doing. At this point, whatever helps us win the Super Bowl. If these are the moves that help this happen, then make it happen. Drafted in 2016, the third round, which was pick 84 by the Washington Commanders. If you look, he spent his first 2 years with the Washington Commanders, or the football team, or whatever they were called at the time. Then he went 2 years during that rookie deal, or that time that the rookie deal would be going on. He went to the Kansas City Chiefs. Then he went back to Washington, spent the next 4 years there, and then spent last year with the Miami Dolphins. So he is coming. Make sure you guys can see that. I'll get better at scrolling all the way up so you guys can see it. So this guy is not a slouch. I mean, again, we're trying to bring in and get all the help that we could use, because we are going to need all the help that we could get. Because as was stated, Terrion Arnold, don't know how long he's going to be back. Dan Campbell seemed like he was quite positive that he was going to be back after the bye week. So he's not going to be playing on the 20th. We're off. The next time we most likely could see Terrion, who, by the way, was not placed on IR, is November 2nd, when we play back at home the Minnesota Vikings. So that's probably when we'll see him play for our team again. So, again, not mad at this move. This dude ain't a scrub. He on the as they say, the wrong side of 30. But hey, if you can still perform, then, I mean, Calais Campbell almost 40 years old doing this thing. So we'll see. But I fully expect this guy to be elevated. He will be a roster elevation on Saturday, whenever they come out with the elevations. Now, this guy has been in the league for a long time. You guys know how I like to do. I like to look at the draft prospect grade to kind of familiarize ourselves with what he was like coming out of college. But of course, that was almost 10 years ago. Of course, he was drafted in, of course, the 3rd round. We looked at that. Here's something that's kind of intriguing, and his NFL resume shows this. Says a good backup with the potential to develop into a starter. You can see right here, one of the highest grades that we've seen on one of these pickups that the Detroit Lions have done. His overall next-gen stat grade is good, which is a 72. Scroll down here, and we take a look at his player bio, but we scroll past that, and his NFL comparison is his brother by Lance Zierlein. Here's his overview. Says, the playmaking production didn't happen by accident. Fuller has the twitch and the anticipation to challenge throws on the NFL level and come away with his fair share of interceptions. But scouts are very leery of the chances he is willing to take, as they have concerns about his ability to carry long speed. That's exactly what the Miami Dolphin guy said that he is not going to, that he's going to allow you to make the catch, but he's going to make the tackle. With the way Fuller plays the ball in front of him, combined with his tackling prowess, his home could be with a Tampa 2-oriented defense that values physical zone corners over speed. Well, I guess he was playing more of a man maybe with his time in Miami. Now, let's take a look at his strengths versus weaknesses. Says, supremely confident. Let me make sure you guys can see it, because I've been told that the banner at the bottom covers things. Supremely confident and believes he should be he should make the biggest plays on the field. Looks to feast on unsuspecting quarterbacks. Has the feet and twitch the trigger and go when he reads the quarterback's intentions. Takes a direct path to the ball. Ball hawk in the short and intermediate passing game. Logged 34 passes, defense, and eight interceptions in 2013 and 2014 combined. Savvy and trusts his instincts. Good coordination from press coverage and can track release both inside and out. Understands the body game and gets into the chest of receivers while running downfield. Willing tackler who steps downhill and doesn't miss his mark very often. So that means he is a good tackler. We know the Detroit Lions love good tacklers. We had some people that was missing tackles on Sunday night. His weaknesses: lacking desired size and length for the outside spot. Doesn't have the recovery speed to be able to take as many chances at the pro level. Lacks field discipline. And of course, this is pre-draft. Gambler who will get his knot chopped by double moves and pump fakes. Allows 16.7 yards per completion when he was fully healthy in 2024. Needs to be better at finding the ball when he's beaten over the top. His play style could lead to early penalty issues. Tried to play through a torn meniscus and ended up shutting down after the first 3 games of the season. So again, this is pre-draft. I just like to get familiar and bring some familiarity with what they were like coming out of college. But this guy has a 9-year NFL history, and he's been able to stay in the league ever since. So again, this is a solid pickup for the Detroit Lions. Not a game changer, not a needle mover, but a guy that I believe could make some plays for our team. I mean, we saw Harper come in for a safety, or as a safety, and came in and made a play on a crucial 4th down stop for Patrick Mahomes and them. So I'm not mad at this move at all. The Detroit Lions, again, I give Brad a lot of flack. I give him, you know I do. I don't glaze him like most of y'all do. But at the same time, I can give credit where credit is due. And this guy will turn over every single rock possible. And I'm going to be real with you. I love these moves. I love when I know Brad is not going to trade for a defensive end. As I said earlier in the video, I don't think he makes a trade at all. And if we might trade for Trinity Benson, find out where he at. Maybe we won't even have to trade for him. Maybe he in some doghouse somewhere. We go sign him, right? Or that's what he does. But I don't expect him to make a move for anybody of legit quality. Real talk. But one thing I can say is this dude will dig up. He will find wherever you at, whatever rock you under, whatever dirt pile you're under, whatever couch you're at, whatever motel, hotel, or Holiday Inn you stand at, and he will go find you. I will say that. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Not mad at this move at all. Again, but this keeps the edge rusher hopes alive. It keeps the edge rusher hopes alive. I know he's not going to do it, but I can hold out hope like I do every single trade deadline, every single free agency, and every single draft. I'm going to continue to not only mention it every video, but hold out. Okay, and because there seems to be some confusion between pass rush and defensive end, I'm going to rephrase the way I talk about it, okay, and we need a defensive end. Is that better? Is that better for the people who have a problem? All right, so I like this move, not mad at it at all. Fully expect him to be elevated, fully expect him to see some playing time against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I think this is going to help us because we don't know. I know Ibuka's going to be out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mike Evans will probably still be out. I don't think Chris, Mike, or Ibuka is going to play on Monday night. So this guy was coming in with practice squad receivers. And if we get beat by a bunch of practice squad receivers, that's going to be a problem. And I think Fuller is going to help that not happen. So solid move, decent signing for the Detroit Lions. Shout out to Brad Holmes. Okay. I'll give him the silent. I'll give him this. He gets it. What is it? Is it this? He get that. I'll give him that. He will turn over every rock. He will bring bodies in here. For real. We'll see if it's enough to help us get to our first Super Bowl. This channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. It's because of your support I get to do what I do. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. Members, if you got any problem with me at all, anything I said, anything you want to talk about it, hit me up in an email. If you got my Twitter tag, you can DM me. I think they're open. I have the check mark, so I don't know how that works. But if you got a problem, you can reach me on the back end. We can work it out. We don't have to go through whatever we're going through. All right. So anyway, shout out to the members that reach out to me through Twitter. Shout out to all the kind words. I got so many messages and emails, and I got a message from a text from one member in particular, or a former member. And they said, Derek, remember that we're living through you. And that's what I need to hear, because believe it or not, it does take a lot to keep getting in front of you guys and put my opinion out here, even though I'm asking for it to be criticized. I did come to a conclusion yesterday. Last night was my first game, or my last game, traveling in a car outside of the states of, for a game outside of the states of Illinois, Indiana, or Ohio. I will go to a Browns, Bears, I will go to a Bengals and a Indianapolis Colts facing the Detroit Lions. I'm done. That's it. If I can't fly, that means I can't go. So I will be at the crib if my finances are not right. I learned my lesson yesterday. It was very tough, very difficult. I'm getting older. Everything's starting to hurt more, so I'm good. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. I do have my tickets to fly to the Commanders game on the 9th, and then the next week is Philadelphia. Just got to get my ticket and airfare. Hotel. And then after that, I'll be good to go. And then I plan to go to Minnesota again, because Minnesota was awesome. And also the Rams in December. And I may or may not drive to Chicago for that final game, depending on what the weather is going to be like. So let me know what you think about Fuller, and I'll see you next time. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.